This podcast is a proud member of the UUOP network.
This is episode 715 of the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast for May 20th, 2026. Hi, everybody. I'm here. I am Michelle. And I got the whole gang today. I got Tracy, Chris, and Lee.
What up?
Woo, what up?
The gang's back.
Yes. And as this is being released, we are 2 days away from the first anniversary of the opening of Epic Universe. And we are continuing to focus on each world in turn by rating them each on 4 different areas.
Rides,
Shows and live entertainment, which includes meet and greets and walk-around characters.
food and drink,
and ambience, which is everything else: theming, music, stores, details, lighting, and nighttime and daytime atmosphere and interactivity.
Woohoo!
Woo!
And to clarify, we'll be rating each area out of 10, and we are discussing Super Nintendo World this week. So let's kick things off with the rides. Tracy.
Oh, I hate being the first one to go. There are some pretty good rides in this world. So we have Mario Kart. That is a pretty solid ride, actually. It's one of my favourites. From the second you step inside, there's something to look at. The line's great. I love the ride. There's a competitive element. I love that ride. I always beat Lee. That's even better. That's worth an extra point.
That's not always true.
Is it?
I think it is.
If he ever says he beat me, he lies. Anyway, so I know I'm going to score that bit. And then moving along, we have Yoshi Next Door, which is a very cute little ride. It doesn't do a lot. It's nice to have a 1.5 minute chill out and collect eggs and look at all the cuteness and look at the view down into the rest of Super Nintendo World.
Yeah, that's what Yoshi's really all about.
Yeah, it's just taking the weight off your feet. And don't forget there's stuff in there, interactive stuff for your power-up band in there, so you can get extra points and stickers in there, which I love because I am a pack rat. That's a cute ride, but it is for kiddos. And then we have Donkey Kong, whatever it's called. And
Kart Madness.
that's the one. Thank you very much, sir. Again, interactive queue. It's a little less boring. It has elements with, I've forgotten what his name is, the grandpa.
Old Kong.
Grand Kong.
What's he called?
Grumpy Kong.
Brand.
Can't remember what he's called.
Is it Grumpy Kong?
Something like that. He's going to say something completely different and I'm going to feel like a fool.
Cranky Kong.
Cranky.
Is it Cranky Kong, really?
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah. So I like that little corner. The ride itself, the first time we rode it, we did not get it. We just came off that going, holy crap, never riding that again. Glad we went back on after we understood the actual ride, because I love it. It is an absolute blast. Flings you about. We just laugh from start to finish on it. And when Lee actually thinks that we are getting rammed by another cart when we rode it, that was funny. I really like the rides. One of them is quite a bit less than the others for obvious reasons. So I'm going to score the rides in here. I'm giving them... Oh, I'm struggling between 2 numbers.
Now, Tracy, before you rank it, I do want to bring this up, and so we all agree on the same thing.
Actually, yes, go on.
Are we considering Bowser's Challenge as a ride?
No.
I know it's not. You don't sit on it, but...
I think it's down... So I meant to bring this up before we started recording. Point. So the power-up bands, I think, are shows and live entertainment. Therefore, for me,
agree.
Bowser Jr.'s challenge is part of shows and live entertainment.
Okay.
It's like interactive entertainment.
It's not a ride, and it's not technically it is an attraction, but it's part of the power-up band thing. Therefore, if we deem power-up bands to be part of shows and live entertainment, then surely that is as well.
I would argue that it's listed with a wait time, but I can still fall for the shows and entertainment. Okay, so shows and entertainment. Proceed, Tracy.
So that's not enough, and that's too much, but it doesn't do half things. So I'm having a little internal battle here, if you can't tell.
Do quarter.
No.
No quarters.
I am giving this 8 1-ups. There we go. We're not doing points, we're doing 1-ups.
And also, Bowser Jr. Challenge does not have any sort of wait time or show time or anything in the app.
You just have to qualify, don't you, to get in?
Are you sure? There's literally a wait time sign, and it's usually 5 minutes.
Meeting Toothless has a wait time.
I am looking in the app as of right now, and there is nothing there for it.
Interesting.
It's probably not on the app. It's just there live.
Mm.
Yeah, maybe they did that just to make it seem like.
Yeah, it's maybe that's because it's something you have to qualify for.
I don't see how they can have a wait time for it because, like, they don't. Anyway.
Oh no! Think about it. Like, once you go there, you have to have a certain amount of people sitting on those like spots once you're inside.
Exactly,
if
but there's
100
no
people
way.
come, they can't let them in.
Yeah, but then there's only 3 people. How do you put that? What do you put that wait time down as? If you need to fill it, or did you just send it in with 2 people in? But you don't know how long. Anyway.
All right,
that's another episode. That's a bonus episode.
Chris, you're up next. So talk about it.
I will taco about it. Yeah. So Yoshi's Adventure, it's okay. I mean, it's a kid's ride, I guess. It's there for the views.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, it's located in Florida, so the window to be able to ride it is very small, without turning into like a hot dog roller where you're just getting cooked up there. But it's a lot of cool things to look at, I guess. Mario Kart. I think I've talked about this before. When we first rode it, it was kind of meh, and then once we understood, how to play the game, it jumped up dramatically for both Alexa and myself. So we really enjoy that game or ride. Sorry, and it does have that rideability, repeatability, where you're just competing. So Alexa and I just we love competing. So we really enjoy that. That jumped up pretty high on our list. And then Minecart Madness, I absolutely love that ride. It's a really fun ride, especially like the first time we rode it, we were in front row, and it was just like it really. There's some scenes there, or some portions of that roller coaster that if you've never ridden it before, it will give you a bit of a thrill. Going through your body, thinking you're gonna die. It's also just aesthetically pleasing. Like it's a gorgeous ride. I particularly love like that area where you can stand in front just watching the coaster go through the water.
Yeah,
I don't know. It just it gives me a little bit of peace, I guess. I don't know. Maybe the water portion does, but we really love that ride. Overall, I would rank everything in there. I have to give it a 7.
Okay.
It would be a little higher if it wasn't for Yoshi.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I have to knock it a bit.
All right, Lee.
So you guys all know how I love a competitive ride. I love Mario Kart. From the first time I rode it till the last time I rode it, I would ride the absolute living out of that thing if it wasn't for the fact that it's one of the highest wait times in the park. It's awesome. I know Michelle's going to have her issues with it, and we'll get to that in a minute because I know she doesn't like it. But I love it. And
I never said I don't like it.
Yeah, you did.
She says she hates it.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. She loathes it, despises it. Andy, it's all right. I love it, buddy. Genuinely love that ride. Minecart Madness is something that has grown on me. It's funny how Tracy said that the first time we rode it, we didn't get it. That sums up exactly how I felt about it. I was like, am I missing something here? And then I think we've still only ridden it like 3, maybe 4 times at most. But every time I ride it, I like it a little bit more because I kind of get it now. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It actually made me jump at that bit when you come around the corner and there's like Donkey Kong on the car and it looks like he's going to smash into you. Like I'd forgotten that bit was there the last time we rode it, and it genuinely scared the shit out of me, honestly.
It's done very well.
That bit really is, because I'd forgotten about it. And then there's Yoshi. I hate that ride.
It's so bad.
I hate it. I hate it. I wanted it to be Super Nintendo World's High in the Sky Soup's Trolley Train ride, and it doesn't go outside enough And when it does, it's kind of hugging the outside, so you don't really get those views. The interactivity on it's terrible. I know it's only for little kids, but so is most of the rides in Seuss Landing, and I love them.
That's true.
I hate that ride.
Yeah, they like fumbled the ball on that one.
Unless it's got a 5-minute wait, or it's literally a walk through the queue and on, I will not touch it. Because it's just not worth any sort of queuing. So unfortunately, that's going to have quite an impact on my overall score. This is the problem. We need to do these in a bubble sometimes, because what other people rate stuff as, I think, does influence what you're going to put on it. I love Mario Kart. I love Donkey Kong. Yoshi brings it down. I'm going to agree with Chris. I think it's a 7.
Woo-hoo.
All right, so it's no surprise that this is not my favorite land for lots of reasons. The Super Nintendo, I don't have a lot of nostalgia there. I'm not really a video game girly. It's a very overstimulating world in general, and a very hot world if you go there at any time in the bulk of the day. So I don't really spend a ton of time in there because of this. I do enjoy the power-up bands, but we'll talk about that later. Ride-wise, I agree with everything everybody said about Yoshi. It could be so cute. Like, I love little kid rides. When I go to Disney, I have no problem riding all of the zillions of family-friendly attractions. I love them. So I don't mind that it's slow. I don't mind that there's not a lot going on, but it felt like they dropped the ball somewhere. Like they just, I can't quite put my finger on it, but it's just so bad. Like it's slower than slow, if that's even possible. It's hot as hell to ride on that thing. Even though the views are beautiful, you got to be able to withstand the frying pan effect. Yeah, it's really bad, but it could have been cute. So I feel sad for that one. Minecart Madness, I actually love. It does hurt if you have breasts. It does not feel good.
Preach.
I don't know if man boobs experience the same thing women boobs do, but
no.
Yeah, so not a very comfortable ride, and definitely heed the warnings about neck and back problems, because you will get thrashed around on this ride, but in the best of ways. So I love this one. I just wish the wait time weren't so high, because I haven't ridden it as much as I would like to. And then there's Mario Kart. I love the queue actually more than I like the ride itself. I think that like the overall ride experience is pretty cool, as far as like including the whole thing from the moment you enter. Very amazing. They put a lot of detail into that, and it's super, super cool. The ride itself, again, because I'm not really a video game girly, that's like kind of the whole aspect of this. Kind of the whole point, right, is to simulate like you're playing Mario Kart. Yeah. And so I would really prefer to have an actual ride where I'm literally being thrown around and hit by turtle shells and spun around in circles, as opposed to putting on a VR glasses like I can do at home.
Yeah.
So because of that, the rides in this area are not really my fave. Between the three, Minecart would be my favorite. So I think I'm actually going to give it a 6.
Whoa.
Wow.
It's more than I was expecting.
More than I was expecting. Tracy, did you ride Yoshi in Japan?
Yes, that's why I was so excited for it here.
And is it the same?
No, it's not in Japan. More or less. Yes. I do feel it's a little slower than the one in Japan. And I feel like the one in Japan's longer.
Okay.
But that could just be false memory.
Yes.
Yeah.
And of course, the first time I rode Mario Kart was in Japan. I had no idea what I was doing because I don't speak Japanese. I have to say, all of those rides, well, both of those rides, because Minecart Madness wasn't there, hit completely differently with cute Japanese voices.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh,
yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, and Yoshi in Japan, that is just,
yeah, I can imagine.
I need to go back again because that was so cute.
Yeah.
But I did not have the boob problem on Minecart Madness.
You didn't?
Not like I did on Stardust.
Really?
Because that nearly gave everybody in the station an eyeful. Yeah.
That's funny.
Memories.
UUOP is brought to you by the Producers Club. Join today and get bonus episodes, the chance to be a guest host, birthday shoutouts on air, be part of our awesome Facebook community, and more. Head over to uuop.supercast.com to subscribe. Shameless plug.
Okay, next up we have shows and live entertainment. So Chris, tell us about that.
Yeah, go on, Chris. Tell us about that.
Yeah, let me tell you all about that.
Tell me.
Yeah, so we briefly spoke about it earlier. For shows and entertainment, I have the Bowser Jr. Shadow Showdown, I think it's called.
Like that, plus like all the interactive things with the power-up bands as well.
So the interactive power band games I have like as a separate line item just because I feel like it's different, but it's the same. I get it. Aside from that, I had a hard time pulling, live entertainment. They have, Toad and Mario, Luigi, Princess, Kong, I think has come out. But am I forgetting something here?
No, I think that's it, because Yoshi comes out like, I think he's been out once. Didn't they bring him out for the opening of Mario Galaxy World at the cinema?
They brought out the Rainbow Yoshis as well.
Oh,
I think that was just specifically for that.
Yes,
I think it was like one day.
They had the costume specially made, and everybody's like, they've got to, how much that costume would have cost to make, they've got to keep using it.
Strange that Yoshi isn't a regular meet and greet, is it? It's odd.
So popular.
Yeah, he's so popular.
Yeah.
I feel like Yoshi's always been that scarce character in the games, like that. True. You want to have more, but like they just sprinkle him throughout to give you that wanting of more. Maybe they do that here as well.
Yeah,
maybe.
But yeah, it's weird that there's not a whole lot of there's no shows.
No,
right? Like there should be, if I'm not mistaken. I remember reading somewhere like a Donkey Kong show that like something on stage, or I don't know. I know they have the stage there. Mm-hmm. Is that just for him to come out and take pictures with?
Yes.
Yeah.
For now, yeah. For
now, yeah. Yeah. I guess they're just leaning on the fact that it's Mario and Nintendo, and they can get away with just doing meet and greets. But I will say we didn't do power bands the first trip, and I honestly was kind of like, meh, what's the big deal? Like I love playing video games, but this is like different. And then the next trip we ended up buying power bands, and my God, was that so much fun. Like we couldn't walk, like we'd be walking down the land, right? And I can be deep in the middle. Somebody could just tell me that, their house got broken into and they, all their valuable, and like mid-sentence, I will walk away from them real quick to bang my hand against like a brick to get some coins and come back. I'm like, so what else did they take?
Yep.
And it's that addictive. Yeah. It is very addictive. And then, that Bowser Jr. thing is fantastic. I mean, I don't know how much rewritability you can have there. I mean, I guess it has that competitive nature, but you also have to be, active in there as well. So if you're a slob like myself, maybe we don't do that too much. But yeah, I would give it, I'd give it a 7. I'm gonna give that a 7 as well, because we really enjoy that. Yeah, there's not a lot of shows, but the power band really makes up for it, because it really just keeps you there. Maybe I'll get tired of it after my 20th trip, but for now, every time we go, we just love doing it.
All right. Okay, Lee.
I mean, as Chris said, there are no shows at all. Nothing. Not even any. Like, it's not even. They don't even really make a big deal of the characters coming out not being the biggest meet and greet character. And I know Tracy's going to say like that Princess Peach character creeps the shit out of her, because it's like those weird sort of like set phrases they come out with, and the eyes are kind of creepy. So we've never done any of the meet and greets there. They're cool. I like the fact that they're there. I think it plays into ambience for us more than it plays into, like, it is live entertainment, but I think for us, not being interactive with them, it plays more into ambience for us. Does that make sense? Yeah. Because it adds to the kineticism, if that's a word.
It is now.
In the world itself. The power-up bands are probably the main thing, and it's Guy and Dawn for us, because we probably would never have done those key challenges if it wasn't for like, Guy, what should we do? Oh, we'll go and do them. And they were a lot of fun. But I don't know how many times I would do that. It's not something that I would be wanting to do every time we go.
See, I think that would be a great mass group thing to do.
Yeah. Like Chris said, Tracy will go to the bathroom outside Donkey Kong, and I'm like stood just randomly not doing anything. So
I go to the bathroom. I don't go outside Donkey Kong.
So I'll run up and smash a question mark block and stuff. So I haven't done a ton of it. It's cool to have, just to see every now and again if you're going through a queue, just to tap it and stuff. But
compare stickers. How'd you get that one?
Yeah, I don't think it's something that I would go out of my way to make an effort to do every time I go in there. If I'm like passing something and it's easy, I'll do it. But it's not a must-do thing for me, if that makes sense.
I will say that's kind of odd to hear from you because you love that competitiveness, like in Men in Black, and you can literally go into this land every single time. Like you go in there with Trace, and you can just start a competition. And
Men in Black.
Yeah, but I think that's
like
different.
you two hitting the same blocks will have different outcomes every time.
I can tell you now, Lee always gets loads of pings. I'll get one and it goes, nope, you're not having any more.
See, this plays way more into Tracy. If you think back when VillainCon first opened, when she discovered all the stickers that you could find around,
and going, I need to go to the toilet. And I wasn't. I was good. Find the spots.
So it plays way more into her thing than it does for me.
Oh yeah, I'm an absolute completist.
So honestly, I don't think I can give shows and live entertainment anything more than about I'm struggling between two, and they're quite low. No, not that low.
Oh, okay.
Because it's good. I like what's there, but it's definitely not that low. No, this is why we do it this way, Chris, because it's completely about your experience and what you like. So just because you love it doesn't mean I'm going to, and vice versa. And that's why breaking them down like this, I think, makes it a much more realistic rating of an overall world. I'm going to give it a 5. I just don't think overall it's that much in my wheelhouse. I'd much rather have an there's nothing you can interact with, even the characters, like we've said it before, those characters that can't talk, they can be awkward interactions because they're weird, because you're the one that's got to do all the interacting really, and they're uncomfortable, whereas like an Igor or an Invisible Man or something like that is easy to have an interaction with because it's a person and you can have a conversation with. We're going to get into one next week. It's probably the best interaction I've ever had on property, but we'll leave that for now. Anyway, a 5.
Spoilers. Okay, I will go next. Oof. There are no shows at all, as we've said. I haven't met any of the characters, nor do I think I ever will, again, because I'm not a Nintendo person, so there's not really any reason for me to wait in those lines to meet them. But it's cute to like watch them from up above and see all the little kitties and nerds get excited. That's cute. And I mean nerds in a completely endearing way. I love nerds.
Me too. The watermelon ones are gorgeous.
So the only thing that is holding any credibility in this category for me is are the power-up bands.
Tough,
but I'm torn on that too. So that's the only thing that really about this land, other than Minecart Madness, that I actually enjoy. I think it's fun. There are like things everywhere that you can interact with and tap your bands and get points. And I really haven't taken the time to dive into the app and see exactly what I'm doing or what all the challenges are. I think that if I did do that, I would probably enjoy it a lot more. I, as well, Tracy, am a completist. So if I think I think if I went down that rabbit hole, I would be stuck there for a while. And I probably will not do that until Epic is part of my annual pass.
Yeah.
So knowing that that's really the only thing there that meets this category, and even then, other than like the little quick taps, it's kind of hard to even accomplish some of the other stuff because a lot of it has lines and there's so many damn kids everywhere.
Yeah.
Damn those kids.
And I just want to play, but you feel obligated to let the kids play, just like you do at the wand areas and Potter. Yeah. So I'm going to actually give it a 3.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right, Tracy.
Yeah. So I'm agreeing with everything everybody said. I need to have a little soapbox rant first. So, power-up bands. People, please. These things are expensive.
Oh, God, yeah.
You do not hit the blocks with the power-up band.
No.
You
Oh
form
my
a fist
God, yes.
and you hit the fist. The power-up band just needs to be in the vicinity. Please don't break your power-up bands.
The amount
Hit
of
with your
vlogs-
fist, not with the power-up band.
The amount of vlogs
Fly
that we
inside.
watch and we see people do it.
I
And it's
yell.
like Tracy's the pet peeve. Like, that's the thing she'll bring up all the time. Oh my God, people, come on.
Oh, I have a blog post ready to go about it.
I've literally seen them complain about their wrists hurting from the watch hitting the wrist.
Yeah.
And they're like, this is such a dumb design. I go, I don't think that's the problem.
No. I wonder how many have had to be replaced because they've been
Yeah.
smashed against blocks. Anyway, so power-up bands. I love them. I'm sorry. I like collecting
Told you.
stuff like that.
I will go as far as to say, just to jump in, if I hadn't have got one as part of the media, I don't know whether I would have dropped $40 on one.
Well, you probably would have done because my first experience was in USJ because I was there, I was having a power-up band and I went...
That's fine. I had
did
no
the-
issue with
So
that.
I knew how much fun they were. To be honest, I took mine out. So, but then we got a nice shiny new one, so now I've got two, one for each wrist. I just think they are... It's just a great way of, well, just being a pack rat again. And like I said... You know, at the end of the day, you can go and you see what you've collected and you can go, how the hell did you get that one? Where did you find that one? And you get jealous because somebody's got something you haven't and then you have to go back in and yeah. There are no shows, as we've said, but there are no shows in Japan. I don't think any of the Nintendo worlds have shows. And yeah, so characters, we wave at them as they're coming out and if they, you know, we'll wave and get a wave back. That's enough for me. I'm not a huge fan of characters where you can't see the faces because quite often I can't think fast enough for those interactions. And when you've got a face character, you can gauge them, and it's just easier with somebody who can actually speak. But I think the characters are really really cute. They've always got long lines. Lee was completely correct in what he said about me with Princess Peach. I don't like dolls or anything like that either. It just makes me a bit ugh. And Princess Peach does that, I'm afraid, even though I do love her. We've never actually seen Donkey Kong out.
No.
And what else have we got? Oh, and then, what did we say it was called? The thing we did with Guy and Dawn?
The Bowser Jr. Challenge.
Yeah. I loved that. I would really like to do that again, knowing what I'm doing this time. That was a lot of fun. That brings my score up higher because I enjoyed that so much. And like Lee said, we would never have done that without Guy and Dawn basically forcing us to do it because they're so mean.
At like 1 o'clock in the afternoon as well, when it was like 1,000,000 degrees.
But it was a lot of fun. It's a tiny world, you know, so it's quite difficult to score because going on my own experiences, there's not a lot, but what is there is cute. And if I was that way inclined, I would interact a lot more.
But you're not.
But I'm not. But I love the power-up bands. I love anything where there's a competitive element. So the Bowser Jr. Challenge and the power-up bands really is where my score is coming from, and I'm going to give it a 5.
Okay.
All right. Our penultimate area is again food and drink. Lee.
Again, I think this is kind of similar to how we talked about Burke last week, because we spent a lot of time in Toadstool Cafe, but haven't actually eaten a ton in there. So we went in one morning and we got the garlic nuts for breakfast, and Tracy got the star lemonade-y thing.
It's so good. Get it,
So
people.
good.
Those garlic nuts are amazing.
They look like little mushrooms. They're
They
not
are
nuts, they're garlic
amazing.
mushrooms. They're gorgeous.
I love garlic bread. For everyone in the UK who knows Peter Kay, it's the future. Because if you can put garlic bread in anything, it is amazing. Those garlic nuts are perfect. And they're not... A lot of time you get garlic bread and they're kind of under-garliced. They're not. They're proper garlic bread as well. And then the second time we went, we got... So it was the day we had Blue Dragon booked for dinner. So we got a burger and we split that each, and it was all right. It went through me like a dose of salt, unfortunately. I spent quite a lot of time in the bathroom not long after that.
Oh, okay.
And then we also got that big Princess Peach cake.
Yes.
You know, the big, massive white...
Did you?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because
Between two of us.
I wanted the pictures and I wanted to try it because why not?
It's like a $30 cake, and we barely ate half of it.
Yeah.
It's very, very sweet and very, very sickly.
A lot of frosting. A lot of frosting.
So that's all we've eaten in Toadstool. We haven't gotten anything from the Yoshi snack stand, which those calzones are actually really good. And I'm annoyed at being at the media event, just not grabbing.
I know.
But then the GOAT, when it comes to food and drink at a Super Nintendo World at Epic Universe, is the DK Crush at the Bubbly Barrel. That thing is absolute legend.
Yeah.
So the amount of times we'll see things at theme parks that you go, oh yeah, they've made that just because it's Instagram worthy. So like for me, Voodoo Donut, they look better than they are.
Mm-hmm.
That DK Crush is exactly what you want it to be because it is so Instagram worthy, but it is so good as well.
Mm-hmm. A DK Crush.
It's the Dole float. So it's banana ice cream in a like waffle cone thing in a cup with pineapple juice with popcorn and stuff on the top.
Yeah. So the pineapple juice is in the bottom. The waffle cup sits on the top of the cup, like in it, with your ice cream and your popcorn and sprinkles on top.
It is amazing.
It does taste even better out of the souvenir cup with the souvenir spoon.
So the day we met with Chris and Alexa, when they didn't turn up till like 11:30, we went straight into EPA, went straight into Donkey Kong, half an hour for Donkey Kong, come straight off that and went and got one of those for breakfast. Absolute amazing.
Yeah.
So again, we haven't tried a ton, but what we have tried has been really good, honestly.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to give it a 7.
Wow. Okay. All right. I'll go next. So I have eaten in Toadstool Cafe, surprisingly, like 3 times. And not even because I love it, but because of convenience. I think 2 out of the 3 times was because Audrey had a return time for her disability pass.
Yep. So perfect place to wait it out.
Yeah. We just needed to be in the area and we just wanted a snack. So we ended up in there. And it's a cute enough place to like hang out and just chill. So when I hear you guys talk about the garlic knots, I'm shocked because we got the garlic knots the first time we were there and they were disgusting. Like,
wow.
I think that we must have gotten a batch that had been sitting there for a while for some reason because they were super hard.
Oh
no,
ours were soft and doughy. They were lovely.
Yeah.
No, these were hard and they weren't very good at all. And then I've gotten the what was the drink that you said?
That
Tracy?
lemonade star thing. I can't remember what it's actually called.
Yeah. I got that every single time because it is so good.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's got like the jelly boba things.
Yeah, and the little mango stars in it.
Mm-hmm. So good. Let's see. The next time we tried several things. We tried the spaghetti. I've tried the burger. I forgot what else, but I've had a pretty good sampling of that restaurant. As far as the snack stand, I think we got some popcorn upstairs by Mario Kart. Have not tried anything at Donkey Kong, even though I've wanted to because I love Dole Whips, but I'm just not hungry when I've been over there.
That drink's the Superstar Lemon Squash.
I was just looking it up on the app.
Yeah, so good. I mean, it's a good enough place. That of all the worlds, even including Celestial Park, this is where the food feels most theme parky to me.
Yes.
But it's edible. It's not bad. There's not a ton of options. I wish that there were more little snack options instead of just going into Toadstool. I think I'll give it a 5, right in the middle.
Oh.
Not great, not bad.
I tell you what I do love about Toadstool Cafe is the virtual windows around the outside, looking out into Mushroom Kingdom, and it annoys me. And you're gonna go, why is it annoying? Because I wish they'd done that in Minions Cafe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Minions Cafe will be prime set up to have like a view into the kitchen and Minions doing stupid stuff, and I guess they didn't because they wanted Toadstool to stand out. Whereas if they'd done it at Minion, because obviously that opened first, and then you do Toadstool, and you go, oh, well, it's just the same as Minions, so...
But also with that... But they do that in Japan. The Super Nintendo World came before the Minion stuff, so...
I know, but... Yeah.
You know, what I like...
Yeah, but they could have... they knew that when they opened Minions, is what I'm saying, so they could have done that.
Yeah, but what you've got to remember is those windows are actually continuing the story, because it's about Bullet Bill and all of that, so... It's it's keeping you in the story.
Okay, Tracy.
Oh, it's me. Yeah, like Lee says, we haven't eaten enough here. Yes, the GOAT is that float. It is amazing. And I need to have that every single time, to be quite honest.
I agree.
That and the Superstar lemon squash, because that's also fabulous. There is so much on that Toadstool Cafe menu that I want to try. And I will. That's no two things about it. And the calzones as well. We've heard really good things about those. Again, why we didn't try them, I don't know. We were quite shy at that event. I don't know what was going on. Yeah. Anyway, I've not had anything bad in there. There's not been anything that I've gone, that we need to get that changed or anything. It's all been really great. We wouldn't have gone back and had garlic knots twice if it hadn't been that good.
Did we have them twice? No, we only had them once.
I seem to remember we had them twice. Maybe I just dreamed it. Anyway, so even though I haven't had a wide variety of food from here, I intend to eat just about everything they have eventually. And it's all really good and really tasty as far as I've had and reviews I've seen as well. I'm actually going to give the food in here, because it is highly themed, especially in Toadstool, it's very well themed. I'm giving it a 7.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Chris, bring them home.
Another area that I have not eaten very much at. I also had the garlic knots. Love garlic. And I would agree the DK Crush is fantastic. It is. I don't buy a lot of the gimmicky, like, Instagram worthy stuff because they're typically letdowns.
Yeah.
And this is not.
No.
It hits it on the money. And like when we had it, it wasn't super hot, but it was warm enough where, like, it was refreshing, very refreshing.
Yes.
Actually. So yeah, I need to go back. I need to eat more here. I need to eat more at Isle, like we spoke about last week. But for what I have eaten, we're not including the ambiance of Toadstool Cafe, right? It's just the food.
Mm-hmm.
Just the food.
Yeah. I'm going to give it a 6. And that's only because I haven't had enough food to eat.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we talked about how much that DK crushes the goat on Media Day, bearing in mind that everything is free.
Mm-hmm.
The line for that DK Crush thing at the Bubbly Barrel was longer than the queue for Donkey Kong Minecart Madness at that point.
Wow.
yeah.
I'm definitely going to try it on my next Epic trip.
Yeah, it is awesome.
I wish to go to Universal.
Right, off you go. We'll beat to the edge of the Forbidden Forest.
Where can our vacation wizards take you? Just tap the port key at portkeyvacations.com and let the magic begin.
Speaking of ambiance, this is our final area. I will start. See, ambiance. That's a funny word. Mm-hmm. Tracy, tell me, doesn't ambiance kind of imply peace?
This is exactly what my point was going to be. Yes, it's supposed to be like, mellow.
Okay, yeah. I thought that was the word that kind of is what it implied. So ambiance, there's none.
No.
If we're going by the true meaning of the word, if we're just going by, let's call it theming, then or just environment in general, there's a lot going on for sure. I can see where a lot of people will love this. I can see where kids will love it. I have Nintendo nerds in my family who absolutely adore it. I'm excited to talk about it with people who I know love Nintendo and get them excited about going. So I'm not knocking the fact that it is a very busy environment. It's not my cup of tea. It's not where I would find myself relaxing for the day by any stretch of the imagination. But if you like busy, it's the place to be for sure. There's definitely a lot of stuff going on, a lot of kinetic energy. Like there's hardly anything stationary in this world in my brain. Everything can either be dinged or light up or moving in some way. I don't really know what else to say about ambiance.
Shops coming as well.
Shops. I mean, they're just your basic shops too. Nothing special unless you're obsessed with Nintendo. I like the entry. Does the entry count as ambiance?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the entry with the tunnel is really cool. I like that when you do enter the world that way, you are entering on the top level. So the reveal is really magnificent. It's very overwhelming. Like when you first enter that world, you literally can't, at least I couldn't move. I just was like, what the F? This is crazy. It was literally like I was plopped into the middle of a video game.
I mean, then it's doing its job, is it not?
It is. But again, this is about what I like, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is hard for me because I don't like it, but it doesn't mean I hate it either. It's just not my thing. I'll give it a 5, right in the middle.
Called it.
Tracy, give it some redemption.
Yeah. When I walked into this world for the first time in Orlando, it was as overwhelming as it was in Japan. And I was so happy to literally have that same feeling that they'd literally just picked up Japan and plopped it in Orlando, because for me, Japan was perfect, and so was this. Like you say, it's like being picked up and dropped straight into any Nintendo game. It's bright, it's loud, it's noisy. That's loud, I know.
Yeah.
For neurodivergent people, it's either all their dreams come true or their worst nightmare. You're either the stimming is happening for you.
Yeah.
And it's like, is it good stimming? Is it bad stimming? I don't know. There are times when it really makes my ADHD ping. And I have actually found that different times of day affect me more with it.
Yeah.
After dark, I find it a little too much.
That's weird.
I think because you lose the sky, which dilutes it a bit, it makes everything more intense. And that just makes it a bit too much for me. But, we soldier on. Ambience-wise, I mean, it's so kinetic, which brings me to a point. Something we did miss out in the last bit was we all forgot about the binoculars.
Oh, yeah. That's part of ambience, surely.
Is it ambience?
Yeah.
Because it's entertaining?
No, I would say it's part of like theming and stuff.
Okay. Well, I love those. There is one where you're supposed to look at these little Pikmin. I cannot find.
Yeah, no, there's another one. It's the other one you're supposed to use to find those Pikmin, not the one that we looked through.
Okay, well, I've looked through every single one of them, and I can't find them.
Ask Kenneth.
Okay, Kenneth. Kenneth, hit me up. Now, I disagree with what you said, Michelle, about the stores, because I am a big Nintendo nerd. There's so much information in there, and all the little cool nods to, we call them garages because we're British, but, coming out of Mario Kart, you've got all, like, oil drums and stuff like that. There's things dotted around.
Yeah.
There's just so much going on. And I don't think we were in there when it rained. Were we? Oh, we were the first time we went in.
No, when we went into Toadstool, the last time it poured down because we ran in.
No, that was the storm that was going on inside. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, because I've got photos, but I can't remember whether from Japan. No, they're from our first trip in there with the big grey skies behind. And the mushroom shades with a grey sky, the photographs I've got, they're just... that place, like Dark Universe, if it's... Honestly, I mean, I know I've just said all of that about at night being overwhelmed, but if it's at night and it's rained, that place will just sparkle. I love the kinetic energy as much as I hate it. And it's quite a difficult one to...
It is.
All right.
I think for me, though, it's a lot more positive than it is negative. So I am going with a 7 for ambience.
Wow. All right, Chris.
Yeah, this one's a difficult one to do for all the reasons that you guys mentioned already. So to Lee's point, it is doing exactly what it's set up to do or was built to do, right? When you go inside of that land, it is like walking onto the video game. Like it was amazing. Like it was breathtaking when we went there for the first time during the daytime. And it was a different kind of breathtaking when we walked in at nighttime with all the lights shining. There's so much to do, so much to see, and that's probably why there's not a whole lot of shows and entertainment because you don't need it, right? Like the land is almost a show in itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will say it can get you overstimulated. Like, I'm a very overstimulating person, or I can be, to my wife, and
not just to your wife,
only to my wife. And this land, if you're there for too long, it gets to be too much. Like, I need to get out of the land. I'm not having a good time. Like, I just need silence, which is crazy because that's not how I am. And so that's an unfortunate part. But like Tracy mentioned as well, for the ADHD brains, like, it's the only time that something else is stimming for you.
Right.
And it's a weird sensation. But I'm when I'm scoring it, I'm trying to put that on the back burner and focus on what it's doing, how it makes me feel, and it really just hits all the marks. Like, it's amazing. So I'm going to give it a 7 as well. And that is, if it wasn't for the overstimulation portion, it would have gone up to like an 8 or a 9.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is a difficult one. This is a very difficult land to do.
Yeah.
Difficult. Okay, Lee.
So as the non-overstimulated person in here, the person that doesn't suffer from ADHD, as far as we know, or at least to the level that you three do,
You've certainly got somewhat.
It's called. Anyway, we won't.
Yeah, we won't. No, we can't voice that.
That's for the bonus episode.
I've never felt overstimulated in a theme park ever. I can understand why people do. I remember going to Halloween Horror Nights 3 years ago with our youngest, who definitely is someone that suffers from that and being overstimulated. And it wasn't until that visit and standing in that show of a line out the back of where they're currently building the Fast and Furious coaster, where those 3 lines converge for the sound stages at the front of the park, and actually seeing it from their point of view, I was like, oh my God, this must be the hell on earth right now.
See, I've never felt overwhelmed in a theme park until I walked into that world.
Strange for someone that visits Halloween Horror Nights a lot. Like I say, that area out the back of there's a nightmare. So I that's not something I suffer from. So I could spend all day in Super Nintendo World and it would never bother me. That walk up the warp pipe, up the escalator, and then out, when you walk out into that sort of landing on the top level and you hear that Super Nintendo music and you see everything going on, you cannot, and I'm not a Super Nintendo person. I never grew up with Nintendo. I had a Game Boy when I was about 18 for a couple of years that my dad actually stole off me and ended up playing Tetris till it died.
You still had that when I met you.
So I'm not a Nintendo person. I have no affinity for it at all. But I can't walk out into that world without a huge grin on my face. And I think it's also, it's two very, very distinct areas. I mean, we know it is for like just in definition, because you've got Donkey Kong, but Donkey Kong Country feels very different to the Super Nintendo world portion of it.
Agreed.
It's much more open.
It
feels a lot quieter because there's nothing to do in that part other than Minecart Madness. Everyone in that world, or everyone in that section, is in line. So if you're just in that section, I keep wanting to call it a world. It's not, because it feels like a world.
It does feel like 2 worlds within one world.
Yeah, it really
I would
does.
Agree, yeah. And also, to your point, by the way, this could be just my brain, but I feel like there's either less amount of sounds or the volume's just a little bit lower, because I could last longer inside of that land than I can the normal Super Nintendo land.
You've got to think about how the main part of Super Nintendo World is a bowl, so that sound is going to reverberate around that whole area, so it's going to be way more overstimulating.
That's a very good point. Yeah.
So like separating the two off, I mean, I love Super Nintendo World, and I think at night it shines even brighter, pun intended. Like those colours come to life at night. Tracy went to the bathroom again. Seems to be spending most of the time in the bathroom when we're in Super Nintendo World. So I just stood and took like an ambience video, just a minute, just staring into Super Nintendo World, and it's stunning. Just theming to the nth degree. Like everything in that whole area is themed to Nintendo. And I'm sure, again, not being a Nintendo fan, I'm sure there's so many Easter eggs in there that I just don't get. I mean, shout out to Big Dumb Stuff. They did an episode about the power-up bands recently, and listening to them talk about a lot of the Easter eggs that I didn't know existed is fascinating. So it is, as far as a fully immersed themed world, it's up there, quite honestly. Mm-hmm. It just doesn't have the same connection, I think, that something like a How to Train Your Dragon or some other worlds that I would necessarily have. But I think it's definitely up there as far as that attention to detail, the music. It's the only world that in my memory I can remember music playing in that world, other than maybe Celestial. Well, not even Celestial Park. Once you get into under the Kronos, I couldn't tell you ever hearing music in Celestial Park itself. Walking up to the Kronos, yes. But Berk, I couldn't tell you about hearing music. The same in Dark Universe, or even Potter for that matter. So it's the only one that I have a real connection to hearing that music in that world. So I'm going to give it an 8.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm quite happy with that.
So that gives Super Nintendo World a total rating of 100 out of 160.
Okay.
So that, if my memory serves me correctly, that puts it in the last place, right?
I'm not going to say right now because I want people going into the last one, even though they can probably just go back and listen to the last bit of the last one. I'm going to leave it. But it's, interesting. It's interesting where we are right now as far as the rankings overall. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Fun. All right. Well, we haven't done news, right? Why did we not do news this week, FYI?
Because I wanted to commemorate the fact that it is the opening of Epic Universe and really do some building up to that anniversary of the opening of Epic Universe. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So we didn't do news, but we don't want to miss out on birthdays. So, Tracy.
Absolutely. Okay, we've got a nice little handful here.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
She didn't.
Okay, we are going to start. May 27th is Caroline Need's birthday. Happy birthday, Caroline.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And then we move into June.
This guy.
Yeah, I know, man.
Oh, I thought you meant June. I thought it was somebody called June that you were... On the 1st of June, it is the one and only... And we owe him a lot. It's Jeff Royd's birthday. Happy birthday, Roydsy!
Happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday, Jeff.
Yeah, he's been doing me some favours recently, so I can't call him too much.
No, I mean, you can, but, he'll get you back. On the 2nd, we have birthday twins. It's Timothy Sirachi's birthday. Happy birthday, Timothy!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Timothy.
And it's also the lovely Christina Frundell's birthday. Happy birthday, Christina!
Happy birthday!
Feliz cumpleaños, Christina.
Yay! On the 6th, it's Lee Stone's birthday. Happy birthday, Lee!
Happy birthday!
Finally, a good Lee. Happy birthday, Lee.
Oh, wow! And on the 9th of June, last but by no means least, it's Marin Dell's birthday. Happy birthday, Marin!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
I hope you all have wonderful birthdays, get spoiled, and eat lots and lots of cake.
Just eat some cake, actually.
Get spoiled too. That is going to do it for another episode of the podcast. And for everyone who is visiting Epic on its birthday, have fun.
I wish we were there. It would be so awesome to have been there, like opening day and then a year later, just to see how much it's grown and changed.
I'm sorry, we're poor.
Very poor.
All right. Well, while you are there, try the 3 mac and cheese cones in Isle of Burke and send your recordings of you rating them for this year's segment. Which cone makes you moan? Rate each one out of 5 and send those recordings to podcast@uuopodcast.com. And we'll be back next week as we end our ratings with the Ministry of Magic. So, see you in the next level.
That's the end of another Stella episode of UUOP. Use the Flu Network to give you access to us on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Pinterest. Just search UUO Podcast. And check out our blog at uuopodcast.com for everything else. Send your owls to us at podcast@uuopodcast.com. And if you want to join the Producers Club, jump down the warp pipe at uuop.supercast.com. It's alive on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere else that podcasts are found. So please subscribe, rate, and review wherever you can. Dragons aren't the only way to get around? Email Michelle at portkeyvacations.com. She can take care of all aspects of your next Universal Orlando vacation. Listen to them, the children of the night, the children of the UUOP network. Rush of Fear Halloween Horror Nights podcast, the theme park duo for all your West Coast news and info. The Taste of Universal, Universal Orlando Food podcast. Portkey Passport, an adult-centric Disney podcast. The unofficial Universal Great Britain podcast. Big Dumb Stuff, our comedy, pop culture, and themed entertainment podcast. Theme Park Throwdown, a weekly battle between your favorite theme parks, and the Fudge Factor YouTube channel, helping you plan your best Universal Orlando vacation. Make sure to subscribe and come back next week because in the end, it turns out all we needed was a little more of this.